Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm Patrick Schmitt, Editor-in-Chief at The Drinks Business, and welcome to this year's Drinks Business Award ceremony. This is the big reveal, so thank you very much for tuning in. We are delighted to have you with us, and we should be grateful to web inventor Tim Berners-Lee for making this all possible. It's hard to imagine this pandemic without the internet. Okay, so physical distancing means we can't celebrate our winners in the usual fashion. That is, in a packed room at the London Wine Fair, complete with plenty of cheering and loud music. But no virus should stand in the way of rewarding excellence in this brilliant industry. And that's exactly what we plan to do over the next 20 minutes. Draw attention to the best of the best in the drinks trade, be they a person, a product, a PR company, or a global business. It's just we're doing it via the web, not a tannoy system. And this year's winners are a particularly impressive batch as they continue to produce staggering results into our COVID era. Now, because we can't gather together, I'm going to speed up the ceremony, giving you the bare facts on our winners so you can quickly find out who has won what from the comfort of your deck chair. However, that doesn't mean that the achievements of those featured today won't be reported on in detail. That information will come in written form via digital and printed media from the drinks business, along with in-depth interviews with our big hitting winners. But before we kick off, I want to say thank you to all our judges who did a first-rate job sifting through the entries and debating the shortlisted names via Microsoft Teams. I also want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors this year, who are Bevica, London City Bond, Sparflex, and Wonderworks, all of whom we're proud to call our partners. We're also extremely grateful to Glen Cairn Crystal for supplying the beautiful trophies. I should also say that for those who've attended past Drinks Business Awards, the format remains similar to our standard ceremony, in that we shall announce the shortlist for each category, followed by the commended companies, and then finally the winners. And those who do win big will be receiving their trophy via DHL. As for the order of the presentation, we'll start with our Packaging and Marketing Awards and finish with our Personality Awards, including a new one for this year, which we have called the Hospitality Hero Award. So please listen to the end, especially as we will finish with an outstanding final award for an extraordinary figure. So let's begin, starting with an award for Best Design and Packaging in Wine. Firstly, the shortlist for this category is Bravo Design for the Vineneers, Orpheus and the Raven. Denomination for Wakefield, the Legacy Cabernet Sauvignon. OM Design for Blandy's 1919, the Winemaker's Selection. And YG Design for Viña San Pedro, Tayu 1865. Initially, although not a winner, the judges decided to commend OM Design for Blandy's 1919, the Winemaker's Selection. Next, they also wanted to award a design that came a close run second to this year's winner. So, a runner-up award goes to Bravo Design for the Vineneers, Orpheus and the Raven. Now, on to our winner, which goes to a striking depiction of the Mapuche people that broke the mold for wine design. Our Packaging 2020 award goes to YG Design for Viña San Pedro, Tayu 1865. Next, we have an award for Best Design and Packaging in Spirits, and the shortlist is Edrington Beam Suntory UK for Maker's Mark 46 VAP, Mirabeau for Mirabeau Rosé Gin, Seven Tails Distillers for Seven Tails XO Brandy, Stranger and Stranger for Mercer & Co. Double Barrel Rum, Stranger and Stranger for No. 3 Gin. Initially, although not a winner, the judges decided to award a commendation to Seven Tails Distillers for Seven Tails XO Brandy. And they also wanted to acknowledge a design that came a close second to our winner by giving a runner-up award, which goes to Stranger and Stranger for No. 3 Gin. Now, as for a winner, The judges were unanimous in their praise for a bell-shaped design that takes its cues from the scent trade. Our packaging winner in spirits for 2020 is Mirabeau for Mirabeau Rosé Gin. Now we come to another packaging award, which comes with the support of Sparflex, which is a specialist in capsule production for the sparkling wine industry. And hence, this award focuses on the exciting and emerging part of the drinks market, that is, English sparkling wine. So, the shortlist for the Sparflex Award for English and Welsh sparkling wine packaging is Black Chalk, Gwynlan Laethlew Vineyards, Hoffman and Rathbone, Ridgeview Oak Reserve, Simpson's Wine Estate. Among so many strong entries, the judges firstly decide to award a commendation to Simpson's Wine Estate. And then they also wanted to give a runner-up award to another great contender, which is Gwynlan Laethlew Vineyard. As for this year's winner in this competitive category, this year it goes to a daringly different design employing cherry wood, and it's just about to hit the shelves. Our top English sparkling wine design for 2020 is Ridgeview Oak Reserve. Next, we have an award for Best Design and Packaging in the beer and cider category. And this year's winner is a fun and quirky design inspired by wildlife and botany. And it goes to Graphic Brands for the Appleyard King Cider. Next, as we move to our final design award, we have a winner for the Best Sustainable Packaging. And this year, this goes to an eco-friendly gift box that doubles up as a windowsill planter. Our Sustainable Packaging Award for 2020 goes to Edrington Beam Suntory UK for Maker's Mark 46 VAP. So with our design awards behind us, next we move on to our marketing awards, starting with an award for Best Launch of the Year. And the shortlist is Clementine Communications for Wildlife Botanicals, In Vivo Wines for In Vivo X Sarah Jessica Parker, and R&R Teamwork for Black Buck Winery. Initially, the judges awarded a commendation to Clementine Communications for Wildlife Botanicals. As for this year's winner, well, it was something that brought some celebrity appeal to wine's somewhat traditional feel. So, our Best Launch Award for 2020 goes to In Vivo Wines for In Vivo X Sarah Jessica Parker. Now, continuing with our marketing awards, it's time to announce PR Company of the Year. The shortlist is Chapman Pool, Clarion Communications, Clementine Communications, and Phipps. Initially, it was decided to give out a commendation to Clementine Communications. As for the winner, this goes to a business that has earned as much praise for gaining new accounts as it has for its first-rate handling of COVID-19. 2020's PR Company of the Year is Phipps. Next, we have an award for Trade Campaign of the Year, and the shortlist is Budweiser Brewing Group UK for Save Pub Life, Cube Communications for Wines of Bordeaux, Live and Breathe for Asahi Discover Karakuchi, and Slam Communications for Alsace Wines. Now, in this competitive category, firstly, the judges wanted to give a commendation, which goes to Budweiser Brewing Group UK for Save Pub Life. There's also a runner-up award, which goes to Slam Communications for Alsace Wines. As for 2020's winner, this goes to a brilliant and effective campaign for locating virtual pints. The award for Trade Campaign of the Year goes to Live and Breathe for Asahi Discover Karakuchi. Now we have the consumer campaign of the year, and the shortlist is Connoisseur License to Chill, Trevento Real Life Bold Discoveries, and Villa Maria The Value of Conversation. There was, firstly, a commendation this year, and that goes to Villa Maria for The Value of Conversation. As for our winner, that goes to a well-executed campaign to promote chilling down red wine. The winner is Connoisseur for License to Chill. Next, we have social media campaign of the year, and the shortlist is Chelsea Consulting for Sherry Week, New Zealand Wine Growers for Sauvignon Blanc Day, Viña San Pedro for 9 Lives Wine. Firstly, the judges awarded a commendation which goes to New Zealand Wine Growers for Sauvignon Blanc Day. As for our winner, 2020's award goes to a business that did a great job of promoting an unsung wine category in multiple markets. This year's social media award goes to Chelsea Consulting for Sherry Week. Continuing with our marketing awards, we move on to Drinks Event of the Year, and the shortlist is Madeleine Waters and Rachel Davey for the virtual press trip to Lebanon, the Majestic relaunch, the Whiskey Exchange for the Whiskey Show 2019, Waitrose Drinks Festival, and Wine Australia for Australia Redefined. Firstly, the judges wanted to give a commendation to Madeleine Waters and Rachel Davey for the virtual press trip to Lebanon. As for our winner, that is an ambitious event that shifts impressive quantities of top-end drinks. Yes, the 2020 Drinks Event Award goes to the Whiskey Exchange for the Whiskey Show 2019. Now it's time for our final marketing award, which is for Best Contribution to Wine and Spirits Tourism. And this year's award goes to an organisation that was praised for harnessing the power of social media to build a loyal community at a time when travel is tricky. 2020's tourism winner is Taste Hungry. Next, we shift into our retailing awards, starting with the LCB Independent Retailer of the Year Award. And we're very grateful to this brilliant logistics and warehousing business for supporting this category. So thank you, LCB. And with that in mind, here's David Hogg, Sales Director at LCB, to present the award.
The shortlist is Cambridge Wine Merchants, Davies Wine Merchants, Jeroboam's, the Whiskey Exchange, and Vagabond Wines. Firstly, the judges gave a commendation to Davies Wine Merchants. As for the winner, it's a growing chain of shops that's breaking the mould in drinks retailing. Our 2020 Independent Retailer of the Year is Vagabond Wines.
Thank you very much, David.
Okay.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Next, we have the award for Online Retailer of the Year. And the shortlist is Honest Grapes, The Bottle Club, The Whiskey Exchange, Wanderlust Wine. Initially, the judges awarded a commendation to Honest Grapes. Then they decided to give a runner-up award to a close-run second in this category, which is The Bottle Club. As for the winner, that's a business delivering impressive sales result in a difficult year, as well as being a leading spirits education provider. It is the Whiskey Exchange. Now we have the award for Retail Buying Team of the Year, and the shortlist is Majestic Wine, Marks & Spencer, the Whiskey Exchange, and Waitrose. Now, we did initially have a commendation in this category, and that goes to Marks & Spencer. As for the winner, this is a retailer that has been recently reinvented by a hard-working and talented team. 2020's team is majestic. Now we have a singular award, which is for Retail Buyer of the Year. For this, initially, the judges wanted to give a special commendation to a Waitrose spirits buyer, and that person is John Vine. As for the winner, 2020's Retail Buyer of the Year is someone who has implemented a set of successful new ranges at Marks & Spencer in the past 12 months. It is Kat Lomax. Next, it's time for Drinks Retailer of the Year. Firstly, in this hotly contested category, we had one business that the judges felt strongly deserved a commendation for its drinks range, and that business is Aldi. As for the winner, that is a retailer that responded swiftly to lockdown measures by launching virtual events while buoying its drink sales. 2020's Drinks Retailer of the Year is Waitrose. Moving into a more specialist sector, now we have an award for Fine Wine Retailer, which this year goes to a business that's successfully bringing Bordeaux to a younger demographic. It is Honest Grapes. Now, we also have this year a two-part award for trading platforms. Firstly, we have a brilliant, powerful, transparent trading platform for fine wine. Our wine trading platform of the year is Live Trade from BI Fine Wine and Spirits. Next, it's an award for a spirits trading platform, which goes to a clever online solution for connecting stockholders with buyers. The winner of Spirits Trading Platform of the Year is Spirit Trade. With our retail awards behind us, now it's time to move to our company categories, starting with the On-Trade Supplier of the Year Award, which comes with the support of Bevica, providers of enterprise resource planning for the drinks industry. And I'm delighted to invite Bevica's Managing Director, Pippa Adele, to present this year's award. Hi, Pippa.
Hello, Patrick. The shortlist for the Bevica On-Trade Supplier of the Year Award is Bibendum Wine, Hallgarten and Novum, Liberty Wines, Speciality Drinks. Initially, the judges wanted to give a commendation, which goes to Speciality Drinks. And they also wanted to give an award to a close run second to this year's winner, and so a runner-up award goes to Bibendum Wine. But there can only be one winner, and that accolade goes to a business that wowed the judges for its customer service and range. The winner is Liberty Wines.
Thank you very much, Pippa.
You're welcome.
Now it's time for Drinks Company of the Year, and the shortlist is Bibendum Wine, Concha y Toro, Hallgarten and Novum Wines, Liberty Wines, and Majestic Wines. Initially, we decided to give a commendation to a global wine business that has seen branded sales growth even during this pandemic. And that commendation goes to Concha y Toro. As for the winner, that is a business that's been resuscitated with new owners, new management, new partnerships, and numerous new initiatives. Drinks Company of the Year is our comeback kid, Bibendum Wine. Now we have a set of awards for the key sector of drinks logistics, starting with Best Supply Chain Initiative. Now this year, firstly, the judges wanted to give a commendation in this category, which goes to Livex, the global marketplace for the fine wine trade. As for our winner, that is a business lauded for simplifying the complicated world of logistics and providing a workable solution across Europe with strong results. Best Supply Chain Initiative 2020 goes to Kuehne and Nagel. Next, we have the award for Logistics Company of the Year, and the shortlist is Gliding Eagle, Hillebrand, Kuehne and Nagel, London City Bonds, and STI. Now, with this competitive category, the judges chose to commend two businesses, which were, firstly, STI for its unfailing service this year to customers in Italy, and secondly, London City Bonds for keeping the trade moving in the UK over the past few months. Now, as for the winner, that goes to a company praised for its handling of the coronavirus pandemic, while retaining its long-term focus on reducing its carbon footprint with clear, sustainable development goals. It is Kuehne and Nagel. Moving now to our personality awards, we start with a new one called the Hospitality Hero Award, which is inspired by the heroic measures taken by people during the pandemic to help the hospitality sector. Now, you can see our set of shortlisted candidates on thedrinksbusiness.com and read about their heroic acts. But for now, we want to name two particular people. Firstly, for his work in the UK, where he has shown unprecedented levels of support during these unprecedented times, notably with his Eat Out to Help Out diner discount scheme. Our UK hospitality hero is Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak. Next, for his work in the US, where he has provided over 25 million fresh packaged meals to elderly citizens shielding from the coronavirus, organised through a food relief scheme called Chefs for America. Our US hospitality hero is America-based chef Jose Andres.
Our mission is simple. A hot plate of food is a message of hope during a time of crisis.
Continuing with our personality awards, next we celebrate this year's Young Achiever. And in 2020, the award goes to someone who has had a significant positive impact on drink sales, even in declining categories, since joining Marks & Spencer as a wine buyer in 2018. Our Young Achiever of the Year is Lizzie Unite. Now for our final set of awards, starting with Woman of the Year, which comes with the generous support of Wonderworks, a female-led creative agency based in London that specialises in working with drinks brands and celebrates women across the drinks world. Now, before we announce the winner, we wanted to commend an amazing duo for reinventing their business model during the pandemic and supporting the on-trade and bartending community in their hour of need. So, a commendation goes to Hannah Sharman-Cox and Siobhan Payne, founders of London Cocktail Week. As for the winner of this singular award, that goes to a person who has, in the last couple of years, built her own successful drinks consultancy company, as well as co-founded Avalon, an exciting new independent spirits brand, putting Calvados on the map. Our 2020 Woman of the Year is Avalon Spirits CEO, Stephanie Jordan. Now we have Man of the Year, which this year goes to a clear-minded and decisive character who has implemented a strategy for a struggling retailer at great speed and brought the trade with him, including his suppliers, which has been no mean feat given the current climate. 2020's Man of the Year is Majestic's Chief Commercial Officer, Robert Cook. Finally, we end, as always, with the Lifetime Achievement Award. This year, it goes to an extraordinary figure who was born and raised in the Austrian Tyrol before entering the drinks trade as a waiter. Having lived in Germany, Switzerland, Libya, Rome, New York, Caracas, and Istanbul, he settled in England in 1956. Still at the helm of the London-based wine distributor he founded in 1987, Berkman Wine Cellars, our recipient has pioneered many things we now take for granted in the wine trade, from consumer wine guides and comparative tastings to Beaujolais Nouveau. This year's Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Joseph Berkman. It's just left for me to say thank you for joining us. And thank you to our sponsors too, who are Bevica, London City Bond, Sparflex, and Wonderworks. I also urge you to read about why these extraordinary people, products, and companies were selected as winners in a detailed report on the awards in the October issue of The Drinks Business, which can be enjoyed in both its printed and digital form. For now, very best wishes from us all at The Drinks Business, and I invite you to please raise a glass to all our worthy recipients. Cheers.